LSU Fighting Tigers, Baton Rouge, and Tiger Stadium. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. Fielded in the end zone. It's Price. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Little touch pass to the receiver. He never had a chance to get it to the edge, and first play of the game, and you're already behind the sticks. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. To the air, it's Carr. Under fire. He tries to take the top off. He's got it inside the 30. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Coming out with it, it's Anderson. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive with a pass. Pulls it in. It's Brown. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Right back to the well. Still running at the 40. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
And that's back-to-back now. We've seen this running back get it done on their opening drive of the game. That last carry got the first down. So if I'm the offensive coordinator right now, I love the way my O-line's playing, and I love the way this guy's toting the rock. I'm going to give it to him again.
And the Tigers come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Off the play fake on first down to throw. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
This defensive coaching staff, they love their secondary, and they love the matchups they have. They believe they've got 5 guys at least back there that can cover one-on-one. You saw a great example of it there on third down, forcing the incompletion.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long.
Let's go!
Out of the gun, the inside give. Got enough for the first down and wants more. Runs it all the way down, almost to the 10. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 12.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number 1. Was priority number 1. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
Looking to throw, it's Nussmeier. It's complete to the right. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. You know, sometimes even a short gain like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. Don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
He's got it! So close to that end zone, he can almost taste it, but it'll be first and goal for this offense.
That's a nice play on offense there. And how about the tight end getting out of his stance and working his way across the field, using his speed to clear the defense and make the catch.
Now on first and goal as they try to answer that opener with a touchdown of their own. They'll try to get it in with the run. And they just tried to slam it in from the doorstep, but they went nowhere, and it'll be marked down at the 1. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Tries again to get it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise in the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TD.
And he tacks on the extra point. So an 82-yard drive there. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? The returner will field it and bring it back. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. They've got a first down here to open the period. Give to the running back. How about that play behind the line as they lose 5?
That is a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
Quarterback making checks. Back to throw, it's Carr. Lost one deep down the right side. It's caught. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. Big play for the Irish there, reminiscent of a Tim Brown or Rocket Ismail.
Yeah, I'm glad you used a reference in the last 30 years, Reese. You know, just trying to find playmakers at Notre Dame, and Michael Mayer, obviously, in the recent years, was a guy that you could really depend on.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
That is a nice job by the defense in a sudden change type situation. The play before, you just gave up a big completion down the field. So you got to try to stop the bleeding right away up front. Your pass rush comes through for you and you create a negative play.
Second down now after the sack. Looking to fire. Pocket breaking down. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
And how about that back-to-back sack? You want 2 sacks in a game. That's a great game. He is flying around, getting to that quarterback and getting him on the ground.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down.
It's been a tale of 2 drives for this defense early on, right? They came out starting really slow, allowed a touchdown on the opening drive, but they're finally settling in here on this one. Obviously, it wasn't perfect. They did give up 1 first down, but really nice job there on that third down pass defense, forcing the incompletion, now trying to set up a punt.
Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Grabbed in the middle, it's Brown.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Hard running there. The Tigers have a first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Dropping back, it's Nussmeier. With the catch, it's Durham. The old saying is, you'll never go broke taking a profit. No matter how small, just keep building up the bank account.
Yep, and when the defense wants to drop back and not give up those big plays, a lot of times they're going to force you to be patient. And when you show them you can do that, it'll pay dividends in the long run.
I really like the slot receiver, and I understand he's not the biggest guy in the world, but he just runs really good routes, and he's always under control. He can run option routes. He can run double moves. He does a great job cutting, and he's dangerous after the catch. Nice weapon to have work in the middle of the field.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play.
He's knocked out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 44.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on third. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
Great job by the defense there. They weren't surprised by that play call there on 3rd and short. They were expecting pass. They took everything away and forced the incompletion.
On fourth down, they're taking to the air. Looking to the big tight end. He makes the catch. Brought down at the 31. It is a first down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. The Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. They're setting up the screen. He makes the stop, and a nice pickup there on first down. Leaves them in 2nd and manageable.
And he didn't get a big gain. You want to call that play and probably want to get more yards, but you could tell that was super close from seriously busting loose. Nice job running the screen, getting the ball to your playmaker. If he could just make one more guy miss, that might have been huge.
And the Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Back to throw, it's Nussmeier. Caught near the sticks, it's Brown. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Just enough time for one final play in this half. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. That is no good. And after the missed field goal, guys, we are still locked up. I guess they're trying to send a message to start this second half, lined up for an onside kick. They're on it. They recover the onside kick, and they get it right back. They'll get this drive started from their own 45-yard line. Motion from the wide receiver. Keeping it on the ground to open the second half. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And just a great job on the defense being stout. Right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. Back has it. Back to the ground with the running back. And this Wildcat is going to be declawed, stopped in the backfield. Looking downfield, it's Carr. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
You knew this first possession of the second half. It goes a long way in deciding who's going to win this football game. It's tied, but this defense comes out. Great job setting up a third and long, getting a stop, getting the ball right back to their offense to create some early momentum.
Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Looking for room. It's Durham. Into the pile. Maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Second down, he'll throw it. Caught, close to the marker, it's Sharp. Out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46-yard line. A big pickup here as they try to put together a scoring drive. The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. Leaves it with the running back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push and just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for him.
Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. The Tigers come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. To throw, it's Nussmeier. Spits it out to the back. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Perhaps emboldened by converting a fourth down earlier in the game, they'll try a second time. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
Timing has to be so good. When you're throwing at his own defense over the middle of the field, the ball's got to come out specifically on time because these windows close really quickly. Ball there thrown a little bit late. As a result, it's an INT.
Here come the Irish back on offense. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a...
It's a seam wide open. They are on the move down to the 32, and they pick up another first down.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
They'll give it to him again. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Tackle is made at the 17-yard line. That's the end of the third quarter. And after 3, we are all tied up.
They go back to work in the final period of this one. From the gun, running back gets to give. Got enough space. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
Well, This offense is going to try and grind their way to a win now, and they're going to start force-feeding this guy the football, too. He's made a few plays earlier in this game, but now in the fourth quarter, it's about force-feeding him, getting some push up front, and just icing this thing.
And now this offense on 1st and goal has a chance to break the tie late. Give to the fullback. Touchdown, Fighting Irish! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
No monkey business. First down, come downhill, run the fullback. He gets in the end zone. Let's not make any bones about this. Be physical, run that thing, block those guys up front. Nice job by this offense taking care of business in the red zone.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Thomas. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. Quarterback moving. Outside the pocket, lets it go. It's caught downfield. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. Bunch formation for these receivers. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Complete downfield. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Finds his man, it's Sharp. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to...
Going over the top. He's got it inside the 15. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Tigers!
And great job executing. The offense did what they needed to do. You got somewhat of a decision here. Do you want to kick it, tie it up? I think you do with this time frame. 1 to 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter. You probably want to do that, but you could push the envelope. You could go for 2 and try to take the lead.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Fielded in the end zone, it's Price. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Leaves it with the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Back to pass, it's Carr. That's reeled in, it's Fields. There he goes! He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum. I think you got to try to win it here. Don't run the risk of going to overtime. Gonna run it. It's Bob. Fights off the defender. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D-linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
Power football with the run. He has the first and still on his feet. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. The offense takes a timeout with 30 seconds left. The Irish, after ripping off a huge chunk on the ground, will try to keep Big Mo rolling. From the gun, running back on the move. Crosses the 30, he's got to lay it. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
I love the play call by the offense here running the ball. The score is what it is right now. You don't have to panic. You don't have to throw it every single down. You don't have to go up tempo. Just run your stuff. Be balanced. Run the football. Make sure this defense stays honest.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground. Pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock. Better get that seismograph ready here in Death Valley. Huge 3rd down coming. Here's the handoff. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it up to 12. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. They'll send out the kicker here. No good. After that failed, fellas, still tie ball game.
Well, that's one the kicker would like to have back. That's a kick he should be making in his sleep.
They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Back to throw, it's Nussmeier. Quickly to the tight end. That had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. Looking downfield on first down. Dances away. Pressure's there and he gets rid of it.
Well, as a quarterback, when you get to the outside, you know you don't have all day to throw it. You've got these defenders. They are coming. They're running at you hard, so you've got to do a better job getting the ball out quicker. That hit forced the incompletion.
Right on target this time. He gets it inside the 20 and out of bounds at the 17. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better 3rd down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to 3rd down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
That defense was a wall, and I think they're going to stop him a little bit short of this first down. This, the biggest play of the game so far. Going for it on 4th down in overtime. Trying to keep the drive alive. He is stopped short on 4th and goal in overtime, and the gamble blows up in their face.
And how about the defense coming up big on 4th and short? You know they're going to run the football. Great job stacking the box, getting the big stop.
Defense has its back against the wall as they try to extend this game and force another overtime. Handoff from the gun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Able to make the stop after a gain of 2 to the 22.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Third down now, and putting anything on the board will make them a winner here in OT. The offense will use a timeout with a critical down coming in overtime. Third down, any kind of score wins it. They want to make sure they stay in position for their kicker. They'll give it to the back. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Slams it ahead. He's in! A game-winning touchdown in overtime.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
How much fun was that one? I mean, you just dream of having games like that every time you go into the booth. I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down to it, they made the biggest plays in the most critical moments. Both of these teams have tremendous playmakers, and they're both going to...